Melih Hunt. Kaptırıyor topu. Ali Tanrıdoğan çok süratli. Ali orta yapacak. Sert orta. Sert orta.
Welcome everyone to beautiful Bursa for what is actually the last 16 this time. Yes, we are welcoming Sevilla for the first leg of our last 16 tie. But before we jump into that, we do have a couple of games to catch up on. We do have a game from the Turkish Cup against Galatasaray, as well as a tricky game against Trabzonspor in the league. So without further ado, let's hop into Football Manager 21 and crack on with today's episode. Okay everyone, so the first game to catch up on was against Galatasaray. It was of course the first leg of our Turkish Cup adventure. And well, it was a game to forget. As you can see, 0-0 in the end. We was rather lucky though. Our team played dismal. Very dismal in fact. As you can see, they had 17 shots to our 3. 9 on target to our 2. 1.84 XG to our 0.36. 8 corners to our 7, 12 fouls to our 10, 2 yellow cards to 1 yellow card, 85% passing to our 87, 44% possession to our 56. The only thing we actually did was keep the ball a little bit, but when we didn't have the ball, well, they dominated us and we got rather lucky to not get smashed about. As you can see, they had a goal disallowed on 90+2. I feel rather bad for them that we managed to even steal a draw in this one, but we shall take it. And as you can see from the ratings, the problem wasn't in one area, it was literally everywhere. So, on the left hand side, we have Blackett with a 6.3, has to do a lot better. Erin with a 6.6. On the right, we had Halit with a 6.5, up front Carranza with a 6.5. Then, the players who weren't so bad. Again, Kublai, 6.6, he only just got that. He was struggling, he was a 6.4, 6.5 for most of the game. Just managed to squeeze a 6.6. Still, not very good. We want 6.7 as a minimum. And especially from one of our star players. Rather bad to see that. Zubzuk, though, fantastic in goal. 7.9. Managed to save our bacon in the end. Miranda and Lassen tried to help him out. 7.3 and a 7.1 respectively. Central midfield, we have Mehmet with a 7.4 and Emrehan with a 6.7. And Thiago with that 6.7 in that cam spot as well. So, yeah, quite a few people around the edge who were trying to give us a difficult game. Ozcan came on, got a 6.7. That was nice to see. Glad he picked up on Kublai's terrible 6.6. Mailman, though, brought him on to replace Blackett, who was having an awful game. Went down an awful game of his own with a 6.6. We then have Anal, came on, got a 6.9. That's a solid performance, but not what you want when your striker's on 6.5 previous. Yes, it's an improvement, not an improvement enough to get a goal, though. Paprika, 6.7. Again, improvement on Erin, but want to get a 7 rating. If you're coming on to fix the problem, better be getting that 7 rating. But how did we get on in the second as we took on Trabzonspor in the league? Okay, everyone, to switch it up a little bit, we're actually going to have a look at our youth intake before we hop into that second catch-up game. Now, as you can see, we've only really got 3 prospects from this year, and that is, of course, these top 3. So, Aslan, Oztagut, and Onir. So, we have a centre-back, a full-back, and a defensive midfielder. Let's have a little look at how good they are, though. First of all, we have Neri. Neri is a central defender. We will never use him as a cover. Probably as a defensive is probably his best positioning. So, how will he get on in that? Well, he's pretty solid. His work rate is outstanding, in fact, 16. Not really for this position, but jumping reach, 11 is nice to see. 9 pace, 7 strength, minimum 7s across the board. He's got a nice tackling at 15, positioning of 11, so he's going to be in the right spot, he's going to be making the tackles, and he has a bit of pace if they try and get in behind as well. Very solid addition to the team, and it's nice to see that he's got our minimum of 11 aggression. Of course, we don't apply that to our youth candidates because, well, we can't quite frankly control that. Now, joining him, we also have, if it stops shuffling them about, Oztagut. Now, Oztagut, the fullback. So, how is he? Defensive? Well, we'll probably use him as a wing-back, maybe? Is most likely our use for him. Off the ball sucks, so no, he's not a wing-back. He's going to be a full-back that would probably push on for development elsewhere, make a bit of money off. And, well, he's solid. 8 crossing, 7 marking. decent around the board. Again, minimum 7s across the board. 14 aggression. He's going to break some people's legs. Great work rate at 13. Tackling at 12. Doesn't quite have the positional of the previous player, but he's very good at making decisions. 14 on that. Now, the star of the show. He's not very good still, but he's pretty decent. Is Aslan, defensive midfielder. We don't use a defensive midfielder in our current setup, but if we ever do, he's a ball-winning midfielder. He could probably move up to doing it in central midfield, I guess. It's not much of a change. He could even go the Musin route, go to the right-hand side of defence, but we're probably not going to faff about with him that much. In fact, he's a solid central defender. If we look at central defence, 16 on heading, 16 tackling, 11 marking. They are great technical attributes. Determination, 17. 13 on work rate, 11 aggression. This guy is amazing. 7 on his strength, but everything else is above an 8 for that particular position. So, pretty darn good youngster. And it does mean I can get rid of this really annoying little marker. But I will do that off screen because I'll go to the other screen where it's much easier to do without spoiling the other game. So I'll see you fine folks as we catch up on that Trabzonspor game in just a second. With Sevilla only 3 days away, we rested quite a few players against Trabzonspor and, well, as you can see, 4 minutes came and bit us on the backside. Lucky for us though, we fight till the end. Aaron had his shot initially blocked, ran through the defence though, and slots it in the bottom corner. You could argue the goalkeeper should have probably died for that one, but we shall take a draw in this instance. As you can see, a lot of changes to our usual lineup, but again, it needed to be done. We need our players for today's Europa League game, so these guys got to run out. Some of them performed, others not so much. So Zubzuk in goal, one of the usual starters in fact, struggled, got 6.6. Godinho though came on and showed why he used to be a starter until we got our amazing youngster in Miranda, getting a 7.1 rating. Now, the rest of the back line, not so much. Ahmet, we can let him off. He got a 6.7, but the wing backs of Mailman and Musin need to do better than a 6.4 and a 6.6. Central midfield, Shirok did a decent job with 6.8, but again, another starter in Emrehan, 6.4. Need a much better performance from you. In terms of attacking mid, Sinan struggled, got 6.5. Youssef struggled on the left-hand side. Papa Smurf, as is also known, 6.4. Needs to do better. Halit, though, decent performance, 6.9. And then Anal up front, we need better penetration from him, only getting a 6.6. In terms of substitutes, well, Lassen came on, got a 6.8. I believe I just piled them on at half-time. I was sick of how bad our players were playing. I just piled them on at half-time and just let them do their thing. He got 6.8. Blackett got 7.1. That was a nice upgrade to both our wing-backs. Ozkan came on, got 6.9. I believe I put him in Emrehan's spot because, yeah, Thiago came on for Sinan, got a 6.9. And Aaron Gullier came on for Papsmouth and got a 7.5, and that's goal. Now, in terms of the match stats, we weren't too bad. Our performance was bad, but in terms of statistics, we didn't do too bad collectively as a team. It's just we had individuals who struggled a lot. We had 10 shots to their 7. We should have been more accurate, though. 3 on target to their 3 on target. 1.35 XG to 0.93. 2 corners to 4 corners. 12 fouls to their 14. 3 yellow cards, 2 yellow cards. 89% passing to 86. 58 even percent possession to 42. But that is our games caught up on. We've had a look at our terrible youth intake. It is now time to verse Sevilla and pray they don't score 20 goals. So I will see you over at the tactical meeting screen where we'll meet Mr. Jason Dodds. See your suggestions in just a second. Okay, so we're almost in Jason Dodds land, but before we hop in there, I thought we'd have a little look at this screen. As you can see, a few games have gone a little interesting. So the first leg of Cologne versus Tottenham has finished 2-2. That's probably a decent result for Cologne at home against Tottenham. We then have Marseille drawing 0-0 against Fulham. PSV, though, dominated Valencia, a 5-1 victory at home, and Wolfsburg managed to beat Arsenal 3-1. They are continuing their dominance over bigger teams after destroying Real Madrid. They are now destroying Arsenal. As for the other games that are currently ongoing, well, there's going to be us versus Sevilla. Ajax is going to take on Rangers. Bruges at home against Milan and Fenerbahce against Atlanta. So it's going to be a big time here in Turkey. Got Atlanta going over to Fenerbahce and we've got Sevilla coming to us. Let's see how Fenerbahce gets on in theirs. But before we crack on with that, we are going to change this from balanced to cautious because Sevilla is a very dangerous team. Now, that's a little disappointing. 31,557 tickets sold out of a 42,985 capacity. Pitch is in a very good condition though. It is weirdly gusty. Not quite sure about that one. Gusty. Does that sort of level itself out? Is the gust coming from the left and one's going from the right and it stalemates? I don't know. But it's very gusty is what I'm getting from that one. And 6 degrees Celsius. In terms of opposition instructions, well, we're going to just do it. Whatever those are, we're just doing it. Just do it. That is our suggestion. Now, as you can see, this is our lineup. We haven't got any injuries to really deal with. Sinan Kert's fitness is a little bit iffy, but our main players are all ready to go. So, our starting lineup is Zubzuk in goal, a backline of Blackett, Kuble, Miranda and Lassen. Central midfield will be controlled by Mehmet and Emrihan. Attacking midfield on left-hand side, we have Eren on the right, Gerkan and Thiago in the middle with Carranza up front. A bench of Atbek, Musin, Ahmet, Shurok, Milinkovic, Anal and Mad. But without further ado, let's head on over to the team sheet. Submit this and see what everyone's going to complain about. So, 7 players are concerned about the lack of tactical familiarity with the formation that we've been using for about 3 seasons now. In terms of the rest, well, that's gone down pretty well. Carranza's got his usual complaints. We're not going to go into that. And they've got Origi. Didn't realise they had Origi. Okay, so let's have a little look at their team. We've had a look at ours. We know what ours is. Do they have anyone interested in their team other than Oscar and Munier and Origi? And really? Okay. Yeah, exactly. We're the underdogs. That suits us down to the ground. You know what? We're going to pump our fists. Do it passionately. We're underdogs here and that suits us down to the ground. Let's go cause an upset. Hasn't really motivated them, has it? Thiago, Carranza, and Musin Yildirim, I appreciate you, but the rest of you, just composed from that? Like, come on, I put in the effort, you put in the effort, now go out onto the pitch. Ethan Bennett, a much easier one for me to pronounce, of the coach's voice. Bit presumptuous, but some people are suggesting that your team could cause a big upset. Again, that's also pretty presumptuous. Do you think you stand a chance in this game? No, we have no chance. I'm going to roll over and let them score 20 goals. No, we stand a chance. I'm always prepared to give us a chance. We can win, but we've got to play to our best and then hope for a bit of luck. Exactly that. What do you see being the deciding factor between the two teams who have very similar tactical approach even? Well, we've got to pray that they don't perform 100%, that they drop to like 70%. They do a PSG, start hitting the side netting from players who can smash it from like 30 yards out, but just apparently have lost their ability to shoot. And then we need to do the complete opposite. So, I'm expecting a fun, fascinating contest, and we'll have to be at our... Yeah, I'm just going to insist that we have to be at our best to him. When it comes to reaching and just... Yeah, just... be at our best. As you can see, recent form dropped off a little bit. A loss, a couple of wins, and a couple of draws. We need to get off that couple of draws. Their form, though, perfect. Win, 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 win. Hopefully they don't do that today. Hopefully we can win, 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 win today instead. I kind of want to leave it on there, but if you're like me, the pause thing popping up is probably rather irritating, so I'm not going to leave it on there. Lassen plays it over to Emrihan. We are now 7, coming on 8 minutes in. Emrihan with a lovely ball over to Lassen. Gerkan, edge of the area. Can he pull it back to him perhaps? No, he's going to run past his man and pull it back to Emrihan. And it's back to Lassen. Emrihan, nice 1-2. Emrihan whips one in back. Oh, he's hit the post, in fact. I thought he was trying to cross it. That was a weird in-between. It wasn't quite a cross. It wasn't quite a shot. It just sort of careened into the post and was cleared away. Would have been nice to see it curl in though. Bend it like Beckham. That reminds me, I've not seen that film in quite a while. But Blackett now on the left-hand side. Pulls it back for Aaron. Aaron holding up the ball nicely. Will he pull it back to Blackett? No, he whips it in. Carranza, free header. Vasilic will hold it, though. It's straight down the middle. Carranza, you need to put it in the corner, my friend. Hoofed up to this centre circle, nodded away by Kublai. It's given to Suzo. Suzo, ball over to Origi. Origi's shot is saved by Zubzuk. And they have a corner. It's been a fascinating 22 minutes in today's game. We are actually giving them quite a game, I say, before they smash 3 in back-to-back. But Oscar's won the ball back for them. He is holding it up nicely now. Gets it back to Vizo, and the time has gone. That's the highlight over. Club Brugge has taken the lead against Milan, by the way. 1-0, and Atlanta is losing 2-0 to Fenerbahce. Don't know what's going on in this competition, but Blackett hoofing it away. Erin can't get to it. Munier holds it back. Oscar, Origi now holding up the ball. Whips one over to this left-hand side where Ocampos will hold it up. Can Lassen get a tackle in? No, he's gone past him. Luckily, it's into the side netting, though. Ooh. And Ajax, 1-0 against Rangers. As for, well, that's just the other games. The other one's us. And it's goalless going into half-time for us. In terms of shots, well, they have dominated us in that category. 2 to their 8. 1 on target to their 5. 0.14 XG to 0.98. 4 corners to 3. 3 fouls to 5. 0 yellow cards, 0 yellow cards. 91% passing, though. We've been great with that element. To their 86. 50-50 on the possession. Like I said, we're giving them a game. I don't expect us to get through, but we're going to try. We are going to do our best, and that is all we can hope for in this competition at this point. I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. You know what? Can we punch the air? No, we can't. No. Okay, we'll do it gestureless. We'll just calmly say it. Calmly encourage them. With calm encouragement as we go into the next half. Now, I'll just pause it a second. Gekan and Thiago, you need to pick things up. Same with Emrehan. Those 3 I'm looking at. Probably going to substitute them pretty soon if they don't. Lassen has just gone and picked up a knock, so we are going to do that substitution. That is definitely one we need to make. Yildirim, please perform at right back. 62nd minute though. We are not going to do Shrok for Kublai, or at least that's not a priority. Our priority is to get the players who are struggling off. So, first of all, we have Demir. He's on a 6.5. So, we're going to go for an anal adventure over on the right-hand side. Carranza and Thiago are next in line in terms of struggling. 6.7, you know what? I can stick with 6.7s. These two's fitnesses aren't great either. So, Mad on for Carranza. It's tempting to leave Carranza on and just see if he can pick his game up naturally, but I can't see it. Shrok, you can come in. Okay. I forgot about the right back. So, Carranza, we're going to trust you. Carranza, don't make me regret it. We're trusting Carranza to pick his game up. Shrok can slide in there. Mehmet can go back up into that cam spot. And hopefully, we can steal a goal, maybe. Maybe. Please, FM gods, give us a goal. Perhaps on our 2nd shot on target. Okay, on our 3rd shot on target, since we've got one off camera. Barkley throws it into Ocampos. Ocampos now to Oliver. Over the top to Munier. And luckily it goes wide. That was a deadly opportunity for Sevilla, but the consequences were not Sevilla. Ooh, nodded away from the free kick, and we might have a counter-attack going here. Anal plays it over to Carranza. Carranza has acres of space, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Can he make this opportunity count? He has. He chips it to the top right corner. Carranza, 17th goal of the season. He started off very slow in this season, but he's starting to get goals now, which is nice to see. Let's have another look at this one. Just a nice delicate chip right in the top corner. He made us sweat, putting it as close as he did to the corner, but we'll take it. A goal's a goal. And Carranza hoofing it away. 86th minute now. The goalkeeper is getting chased down by Mehmet. Nope, Mehmet's just going to give up and let him play it out to Carlos. Anal, though. Can Anal get a tackle in perhaps on Carlos? Nope, because he's going to play it back to the goalkeeper. who plays it over to Vezo. Vezo now to Oliver. Oliver, twist, will get it over to Suzo. Suzo cutting in from the right-hand side. Oliver top to Munier, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and that was bound to happen. Lucky for us, offside, I believe, is the call. It looked pretty offside to me, and VAR agrees. So, goal disallowed. Nice to see. We'll have another look at this one. Ooh, fractional offside. Musin did a great job stepping forward. If he didn't, would have played him onside. But smart decision from the right back, and it's nice to see. Acuna, though, on this left-hand side, is going to still hunt for that equaliser. We've won it back, though. Anal gets the ball up to Menet. Can he get it over to Carranza? Through to Carranza, 1-on-1 with the keeper yet again. I don't know how that happened, but unfortunately this time we cannot capitalise. 5 minutes of additional time. This ref is making us sweat, but we've done it. We've picked up a victory in the opening leg of this tie, and what a beautiful thing to take as we head in the next episode to Spain. In terms of the match statistics, well, we had 7 shots to their 11, 5 on target to their 7, 1.15 XG to their 1.31, 7 corners to 6, 9 fouls to 11, 0 yellow cards to 1 yellow card, 90% passing to 84, and 57% possession to 43. The second half was quite frankly our half. They took over the first, we took over the second, started getting our shots on target. Yes, they did have more total in the end, but I think it's fair to say the second half was definitely ours. In terms of the starters, well, I don't think we can complain with any of those ratings. Zubzuk, amazing, 8 rating in goal. A backline of Blackett, Kubale, Miranda and Musin getting a 7.3, 7.3, 7.5 and a 6.7 respectively. Lassen did struggle. He was substituted, did get an injury though, so we can't be too harsh on the man. Got a 6.5. Central midfield, Chirok with a 6.8 and a 6.9. Thiago, 6.6, need to do better in that cam spot, but Mehmet stepping up as he's moved up with a 7.3. Our wingers, 6.9 from Erin, 7.2 from Anal. Again, we need Demir to do a little better than a 6.5, and Carranza, 7.7 and a goal up front. But it's time to get out of here, head to the dressing room, tell them that was a magnificent performance, good job lads, and we now have the cup draw for the next round. So we're going to see who we will potentially get in the quarterfinals, and I believe the semi-final draw is also done as well. So I'll see you over for the Europa Cup quarter-final and possibly semi-final draws in just a second. Okay, it is cup draw time, but before we hop into that, I will quickly show you Lassen's injury. I forgot that was up there, and he might make it back for the second leg. He's out for 5 to 6 days with a pulled groin. The next leg is in a week's time, so he should be back a day or two before. Don't know if he's going to quite have the fitness for the second leg, but hopefully he can. He's going to skip the Goztepe game in between, but hopefully that'll just mean he's nice and rested for us to pick up a victory in the second leg and get us through to the quarter-finals and, who knows, semis? We can pray. We can pray. But 16 teams go into the hat for the 4 matches. Yes, we know. Right. View the draw. So, the first out the hat will be Marseille or Fulham. Will go up against Wolfsburg or Arsenal. I think the winner of that is in for quite a struggle against Wolfsburg or Arsenal. I think Wolfsburg is probably going to go through against Arsenal unless they pull something out of the hat. And I think the winner of that is going to beat the winner of that. Ajax versus Rangers. Well, they will verse Cologne or Tottenham. PSV or Valencia will verse us. No, Fenerbahce or Atlanta. So, as it looks, Fenerbahce, unless they struggle over in Italy, will be going through to verse, I would assume, PSV with their 5-1 leg in the first. In terms of us, well, we start off at home against the winner of Club Brugge or Milan if we make it past Sevilla, which, Bruges, please keep upsetting Milan because I really don't want to have to verse PSG, Sevilla and then AC Milan. That does not sound like a fun 3 teams to have to verse in the Europa Cup back-to-back. Yeah. But that's the quarter-finals drawn. Who will we get if we get through to the semis? I know, That's really dreaming. Getting past Sevilla is dreaming. Never mind getting past the quarterfinals, getting to the semi-finals. But if we manage it, we will verse PSV, Valencia, Fenerbahce or Atlanta. That's probably the easiest one of the options, because in this one there's Tottenham and Ajax has been doing well, and Cologne has been one to play well considering they managed to tie it up against Tottenham. And well, Wolfsburg's the team to avoid, I would say, in this one. Wolfsburg Arsenal, the winner of that I would assume is going to be in the final, because I can't see any of them really stepping up to their level. So we've managed to get lucky on our semi-final draw, not so lucky on our quarter-final draw, unless Club Brugge continues their upset against AC Milan. But that is the Europa Cup set up and ready to go. I'm going to deal with these two media things off screen, the same with the Gaziantep game, and then I'll see you fine folks as we head Spain to verse Sevilla in the next leg. So I thank you all for joining us. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.